So this 330 GTC is about to leave my shop and go to the new owner. It was sold recently, and I've had this car at my shop for a long time. You've probably seen it in the background. I actually have two GTCs, very similar. So if you saw a silver one in the background, in fact, right now I actually have three GTCs. So there's a silver one back there. You might have seen that one. There's this red one, and then there's this other silver one. But this one in particular is heading out. The owner of this car is a customer of mine, and he was thinking about selling it, and someone had come up to me and said that he was looking for one, and I said, well, I've got this one, and introduced the two of them, and they put together a deal, and next thing I know, the car is sold. It's a nice car. It's a driver. Still a lot of work was done. I mean, the paint was done, the chrome was done, a lot of the details were done on this car. The whole idea of this car was I was not making a show car when I had actually stripped it, painted it, and did the chrome. But one thing I did do was I made sure that whatever I did, I didn't want to take the car apart again. So when the car was being painted, I had gotten the chrome redone and got it done to a pretty nice level. So, putting the car back together and putting all the chrome back on it, you don't have to do it again. Even if you're just driving it, it's still very nice chrome. And but the owner he wasn't a show guy. I didn't want to show it, but also appreciated the fact that everything, when I put it together, I did it right. So the weather stripping around the trim around the nose, that's correct. The details in the engine compartment, I mean, all those things are details that you don't necessarily do, when you don't want to do a show car. But when I put the stainless steel trim, for instance, the piece down here, made sure it was polished and well done. I mean, the car's a little dirty right now. In fact, I have to wash it a little bit. It's been at the shop. But same thing, painted the wheels, made sure the chrome trim was done right, all those pieces. So the new owner, although he may not show the car either, he asked me to go over some of the things for him if he decided that he wanted to make it a little bit nicer. And one of the things we did not do on this car was really detail the engine compartment. I mean, the engine was in place when the car was painted, so everything was masked off. So it got a little dusty, got a little dirty, but at the same time, when I was putting things back, as an example, had the underside of the hood done correctly, put the right hood pad and finishes and plating and all that other stuff. So yeah, the hood doesn't have to come off. But when you look in the engine compartment, there's a lot of stuff that can be done. And in actuality, for this owner, I think he's going to have he's going to enjoy doing it. And the current owner did not, really, he said, look, I'm just going to drive the car. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over, just do a hit list for the new owner if he wants to do something and make this car into another level. So I'll go over very quickly on this 330 GTC what I would do to make it a little bit better. So what I've already done is I've just replaced all the hoses and put the new yellow hoses in with the correct ferrules and everything like that. So that's why they kind of jump out at you and they're brand new. But so let's start over here. So booster should be gold cad plated. It's a little it's just could probably be rebuilt if you really wanted to, but some people have been painting these things with a gold cad paint. You could tell the difference, but at the same time, it's one way to keep from having to take the whole thing apart. But the finish on that is a little old and crusty. I did plate this bracket around the brake hose, the brake reservoir, so that's correct, white cad plated, because I was getting some cad plating done. It was pretty rusty and I just couldn't live with it, so I went ahead and did that. But the hoses, the clamps on the reservoir, from the reservoir to the brake master is correct. Those are those little clamps. Let's see, what would I do here? There's some wire keepers that need little O-rings. Those you can do. The acorn nuts on the valve covers are stainless. These are supposed to be these two-piece, acorn nuts. Those you can buy in reproduction, so they can be done. The valve covers should probably come off and be refinished and fresh wrinkle. You can see some of the paint is coming off of the exhaust tubes, or rather the ignition tubes. So those can also be wrinkle painted at the same time. And I would probably redo the exhaust shields too. They could use a fresh coat of paint. All this stuff here looks pretty good, just a little dirty. I did finish the oil. I mean, it's kind of an oil air separator, for lack of a better term, or I did refinish that correctly, so that's a hammer tone finish. It does have the correct fuse cover, piece there, so that's correct. The radiator could use a little bit of finishing and paint, but that's semi-gloss black. I would do the hose clamps on the small heater hoses. Those get that special we'll call them kind of like the sardine can type key and type of hose clamp. I would also replace the top clamps with hose. The larger hose clamps would be Cheney's. Let's see, what else do I see here? Obviously, the big obvious change is the air cleaner. The air cleaner is supposed to be semi-gloss black. Previous owner, not this previous one, but one before that, had painted this wrinkle black at one point. The tag is correct, so both tags are correct, but they're secured with pop rivets, and they're supposed to be secured with little aluminum rivets. So you'd have to drill those out and then maybe fill in those holes and get the smaller rivets that hold them in place. So that would be something that had to be done. Let's see what else here. So that's really what I see here on this side. I mean, little things like the exhaust shield should be a black oxide bolt with a washer and a lock washer. Let's see what else on this side. This aluminum braces should probably be cleaned up and painted with aluminum paint. The seal around the hood should be a different type square head, like a squared off plastic hood finishing piece that covers a pinch weld. This is correct. This prop rod is white cad, polished aluminum stays, mylar material for the hood pad, so that's all good. Let's walk around to the other side. The air conditioning hoses probably could use replacing. I'm going to leave it to the owner to decide what he wants to do with the air conditioner. All the pieces are there. He just has to decide how much of it he wants to do. This ribbed hose is correct for the radiator overflow. This is correct also in finish, but it has a little nipple, so the gasket needs to be replaced. Down below, the horns look correct with the hammer tone finish and that red hose. That's all correct. It even has, if you look far enough down there, the correct cover, plastic cover for the horn compressor. So all the pieces are there. They're just a little crusty. I mean, like I said, we cleaned up a little bit, but not a ton. So all this stuff could just use a good cleaning and repainting if you really want to do it. The distributor caps could probably use their numbers, put the numbers back on there. The battery tray is correct. The washer bag is correct. All these things are here. They just, they're just a little worn, just a little dirty and tired. But at the same time, this is just a great project for someone who wants to just kind of finish this car. These acorn nuts are incorrect. They're actually supposed to be just regular black oxide nuts on the stands for the accelerator. For the accelerator stands or accelerator rod stand, those are actually supposed to be nuts, not acorn nuts, and especially not these stainless steel nuts. These are correct. I had those re-chromed, so they're ready to go. The little windshield squirters. But that's really what I would really focus on. The interior is original, so it's a lot of those pieces are still there and correct with the belts and just a little bit of cleanup. But I think that generally the interior is in really nice shape. The original visors are there, and they look like they're in really good shape. There's a couple little things here and there that I'd see that I would clean up, but generally it's in pretty good shape. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this owner enjoys this car. He could just keep it the same way that the previous owner had and just drive it and use it. But that would be my list of things that I would do to just detail the engine compartment if you wanted to bring it up to the next level. But you know, I'm going to miss this car. I'm looking forward to having it go. Sometimes you look forward to having it go away because you've had it here in your care for so many years. It'd be nice to hand it off to somebody else. And then the other side of it is you're kind of sad because these cars are, you don't know when the next time you're going to get to see it. But it's going out west, and hopefully when I'm out there one day, I'll see it again. So good luck with the new owner, and good luck with his car. And it was a fun ride to have it. Thanks for watching.